Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I've read this off a billion times, and this is going to be my last time doing it. If I mess up, just deal with it. Sorry. Let's just enjoy this just for a second. This is nice. All right. Get to the point. Get to the point, kid. Okay. In evolutionary ecology, parasitism is a symbiotic relationship between species where one organism, the parasite, lives on or in another organism, the host, causing it some harm, and it's adapted structurally to this way of life. Humans are threatened by all kinds of parasites: ringworm, bedbugs, tapeworms, and even other human beings. When we look at how plant-parasitic insects choose their prey, we find that they choose plants that are more vulnerable and susceptible than the other options around it. A tomato plant, for example, thrives in the warm summer sun, not in the cool shade. If a tomato is in the cool, damp shade, it emotes the perfect conditions to host parasitic activity, while the tomato in the sun will attract a more balanced ecosystem of beneficial bugs to parasite ratio and overgrow any infestation. Society is dying. It's being eaten from the inside out, and the wounds are beginning to stink from the stench of rot. These transformative societal changes are from these parasites, mutating the entire system, making it a better host until one day the entire structure collapses on itself. In the case that we're witnessing, the gradual evolution of the human control system that's fully integrated into every aspect of your current condition. The system that we live in extracts at least a third of your earnings over your entire lifetime, and that's only going to increase. In return, this parasitic force restricts your mobility by chipping away at your basic freedoms. And if it can't outright strip you of freedom, they use a form of soft totalitarianism to make it harder to exercise said freedoms, or to disincentivize you completely. And you're paying for it. The censorship, the lies, the corruption, the systemic abuse of powers and misappropriation, the invisible bars of corporate laws and policies, all of it. We pay for this abuse. We've allowed ourselves to be consciously or unconsciously, incrementally and systematically embody the perfect conditions and lifestyles that make us susceptible to the potential parasitic side of human nature and vulnerable to the side effects. Every time you purchase anything in the free market, you fuel the system of control by generating taxes at the point of sale or by simply purchasing products and services from companies that reserve alternative motives. Alexa or even Facebook is a great example. And it is due to the lifestyle we live and the conditions of our existence that has made us trapped within the system. We have forfeited the skills and know-how to be non-dependent upon the trap that we cling onto in order to live. You can blame the lure of industrialization, commoditization for attracting people from their independent lifestyles and sanitizing the following generations of their ancestral practices as they became irrelevant the deeper the offspring integrated into society as the short-sighted reason for how we got here. It's not that we need to go back to that, the horse and buggy on the old farm. That's not what I mean. We can keep progressing on all the modern day advancements, commodities, and comforts. That doesn't have to be given up. The Project Fi lifestyle is the ideal concept and frame of reference to create that abundance, independence, and freedom with your own creative spin. For example, in our life support system lessons, we will discuss optimized food propagation. We recommend urban farming, but if you would rather forage and hunt, more power to you. But the point of this is to seamlessly integrate the perfectly balanced conditions for each individual to thrive. And with the memberships, build a massive worldwide community that has access to an underground marketplace that doesn't fuel the parasitic system of control. In fact, it creates a deficit of transactions within the free market, consequently retrograding the range and scale of these systems of power without harming the constituents of society. This teeter-tottering of power back to the people is based off this ratio. The degree of change is equal to the number of active participants. To become a part of this membership, community, and global change and receive the member exclusivities, join the Patreon at the Project Fi or visit our website at theprojectfi.org. I'd like to see you there and start to become the change you would like to see.